Well, I think that you've got to remember also the fact that we've seen the market fall significantly today, more than it's ever fallen ever before. We'll be telling our children about this.
Unless there's a worse one next week.
Well,
in which case we'll tell them about that one instead.
Yeah, exactly. What you've got to bear in mind is the fact that it's fallen significantly today. What the newspapers and the television haven't been telling you, if you're the guy on the street who's looking to buy BP, is that since 1979, stock prices have risen continuously. They've continuously risen. Therefore, the profits have been far greater than the fall that we've seen today. And we're all getting very excited about the fallout. But the rise has been much, much greater. And let's not panic. Our economy is looking fine. What we're seeing in New York is, you know, is pretty bad news for them. But we're a different story. And I suspect that come next Wednesday, when applications have got to be in, there may be one or two people saying, yes, we're going to go for it after all.
Will you be buying BP shares?
Can I tell you Tuesday evening?
I mean, you're getting out of it. You won't buy BP shares.
Well, I might.
If he's a sensible man, he'll tell you on Tuesday evening when he's made up his mind.
We're coming up to the first anniversary of the Big Bang. Now, you're a beneficiary of the Big Bang, Clive, aren't you? What was so great about the Big Bang? Apart from the fact that fellas like you made a lot of money out of it.
I'm not so sure if beneficiary is the right word, and I'm not so sure if making a lot of money is the right expression. Certainly beneficiary in as much that from a personal point of view, I've had an opportunity to go and do a job that didn't exist a year ago.
And what do you do?
Well, if you want to put it bluntly, I sit in a fairly dark room all day looking at... We've got about 85 screens in our room. And I shout and scream all day and hope that we do some business. But I've got it easy because I've got customers who are the traders. They come in at 7 o'clock in the morning, trade right the way through until 6 o'clock at night.
What are you trading in?
We're trading in British government bonds, gilts, which affects everyone here. All these people who've got pensions, pension funds are some of the biggest investors in gilts.
So what kind of hours do you work?
Well, I'm quite lucky because, unlike the traders, I don't get rung up 4 times a night from Tokyo being asked what prices are. I get in about 7:30, leave about 6, and then normally go out and entertain customers for the evening because we haven't been able to get out for a beer during the day. And lunches are a thing of the past.
But you see, I think the rest of the country, possibly people who are not involved in the city, have this idea of, since the Big Bang, lots of fellas like you driving around in Porsches and Ferraris and making loads of money and having huge houses. It's not true.
Not if you're living where I'm living or driving what I'm driving, but...
What are you driving?
I'd be lying if I said that... well, if you like, you can draw the analogy with footballers. And you've got a good player who's been doing well for one club. Suddenly you've got an enormous amount of interest in the market, which we had a year ago, and people are coming along and saying, we need you to join our team. We're going to give you lots of money, but it'll all be profit related, of course, and we're going to give you a nice car. The guys go over, they do well, terrific. They don't do so well, suddenly, one day they're playing for Liverpool, and the next minute they're playing for Southend United. So there's no great certainty.
It's a foul slur on Southend United.
Southend United supporters.
You even said Accrington Stanley. But I mean, is it easier now for a woman in the city, do you think, Susanna? There's more of them about?
There are certainly an awful lot more of them about, and they can certainly get the good jobs providing they're bright. I mean, don't forget the city attracts the very brightest people, and so if you're a bright woman, then you can certainly do well in the city. I think they suffer from one possible hidden drawback, which is that, like any successful woman, if you get very successful and you're earning a lot of money, then you can be a little bit daunting. And so I think that's probably...
I've never found you so nice.
Oh, thanks.
Now,
See me later, I might change your mind.
Best offer I've had so far. Glad I came back. Now, yuppie, of course, is the overworked cliche, isn't it? I mean, are there any other subspecies that are unidentified as yet?
Yes, there's lots of slang going around. There are bobos. They're burnt out but opulent.
That's what happens when you get to 32.
Yes, when you get to his age, you're burnt out but opulent.
Got 2 years to go.
Bobos. Yeah.
Bobos. And then there are twinkies. What's that? That's two incomes, nanny and kids, I think, a twinkie. And a dinky, which is dual income and no kids. So there's a whole sort of subculture.
I've got to butt in with another one, because I know that people in the audience and also people at home will have come across the old Lombard.
Yeah.
Lots of money, but a real dick.
uplifting city note, we'll thank Susanna Simons and Clive Cooke. We've still got that Lombard in the audience.